Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Life after Lockup. Now, this is still season 3. They never changed the season the right way, but it's still season 3, episode 19. Whole new batch of our favorites or whatever. Let's get on into it, okay? But first things first, if you have not, is my lipstick smeared? You know, let's take us, man, but we don't care because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's 3:20 in the morning. We're going to leave that be too. But if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. JayBird. Dot, 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 dot. It's too loud to be late. Or no, it's too late to be loud and all that goodness and stuff, okay? Do not forget to also to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and anyone around you. Okay, remember to inhale and to exhale, because if we don't breathe, we may go crazy. Okay, you can also follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that goodness. Let's get started. Now, y'all know YouTube and the TV shows can be funny acting up, whatever. So I'm not going to be using the real pictures or whatever. I found some cartoons to use for the characters, okay? So let's get started. First up, we have Destiny and Shawn. Shawn and Destiny, okay? Yep, they back this season too. Okay, now Shawn say waking up or whatever. Destiny, where you at, girl? Destiny is gone. He don't know where she at. She took her clothes, all her stuff. Okay, he like, I don't know what's going on. The producer come in like, what's going on? Where is Destiny? I don't know. She left. See, like her clothes is going. She didn't have much in the bathroom or whatever. But look, this is gone. This is going. He then sees a pregnancy test box. Like, oh, she took a test. Let's see. But there's no test. You know, okay, well, she at least took the test and then took the test with her. So I don't know if she's pregnant, if she's not pregnant, but I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna keep calling her all day or whatever, and hopefully she calls me back. Be like, I just don't know if she's knocked up because we don't use protection. Like, so she could be pregnant because we don't use any protection. We've never used protection. You never use protection with a stranger fresh out of prison who's a bit of a whore. I'm like, Shawn is just dumb. Now, we do see Destiny driving around saying, I took Shawn's car. I took Shawn's credit card. I'm going to be out in these streets living it up. I'm going to do whatever I want, okay? I don't want to go back to jail. I don't care who I hurt. I'm out to live it up in these streets with Shawn's car and Shawn's credit card. Though, is it Shawn or Shawn? With Shawn's car, his credit card. And because she's like, I feel like I don't want to go back to prison, so I'm going to, just do what I'm going to do. They got to catch me. When they catch me, then I'll go to jail. I'm like, she is crazy. But then she riding around and whatnot. Her stomach is hurting really bad. And like, oh my God, what if I'm pregnant for real? But we see the test she took was negative. Okay, but she then said, I had an ectopic pregnancy before, so maybe this is another one or whatever. My stomach is hurting really, really bad. I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, what should I do? She calls her mama. Her mom like, you should go to the ER. I don't want to go to the ER, Mom. Take your ass to the ER. So the producer who was riding with her ends up driving, because as she's driving, oh my God, my arm is numb. I can't move my arm. Oh my God, I'm pregnant. I'm like, it's numb arms to think of pregnancy? I don't know, but that's all we had with Shawn and Destiny. That she stole the card and credit cards, and he too dumb to cut the credit cards off. I'm like, Shawn is just an idiot, okay? We then have Marcelino and Britney. Gangsta loving. Anyway, so Britney is turning 30, and because she's not in prison, she's not pregnant, she's not on parole, she can finally have a real party, dance it on out, get real drunk or whatever, and have a whole good time. Now, it's been a month since we last saw them, and she has not seen or talked to her mom in a month either. I want to talk to my mom for my birthday, but I don't want to have mommy issues. I just miss my mom. But she's doing fucked up things, so I can't talk to her. Make up your damn mind. Okay? Anyway, so we see her one sister calls, happy birthday. Have you talked to mom? I'm like, why y'all asking her about your mama on her birthday? Like, don't bring up the mama right now. Leave the mama conversation alone. So she gets on the phone with that sister. The other sister who's there then asks about, I'm like, why is y'all having mommy conversations? Like, what is going on with this or whatever? So the sister then say in person, the first memory I have of mom is her taking me to a crack house. I'm like, your mom was really a bad mom or whatever. I'm like, but why is this a birthday? Why is this a birthday conversation? Of all the time to talk about your crack addicted, abandoned ass mama, why can't it be tomorrow? Why can't today be about the birthday? I'm like, girl, I just cannot. Anyway, Britney, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I know. I'm so happy that you were not like me. You know what I'm saying? I was out here having all these kids. I was on drugs. I was in prison. Okay, I was bad in these streets. The sister then said, I know. She said, I know I was ashamed of you then. And I think Britney wasn't ready for that bit of truth because when she said it, she was like, and oh my God, now they crying. She crying at her birthday party. I just didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry. And you know what I'm saying? I just didn't know how to cope with the pain. I didn't want to be like mom. And I'm like, well, I mean, a little bit you was because you still was on drugs. You still had kids. You went to jail. But you better than your mama now, okay? And the sister then holds her as she cries. She's like, no, but you're my role model now. Gangsta sister, you my role model now. It's okay. And I'm like, why y'all it's a party. It's people there. It's liquor. I'm like, y'all, this is dumb. But Brittany says, you know what? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I want to have a good time and party. Woo! And so they did sing happy birthday to her and everything. And Marcelino then smashes the cake in Brittany's face and in her hair. Now, let me say this first. You seen him about to do it. It's not as if she didn't see it coming. She saw him pick the cake up with one hand and do this, okay? That means he's gonna smash it in your face. And he does smash it on her friend, and at first, everyone's laughing. She then says, I paid $140 to get my hair washed today. Well, you stupid. Anyway, but now she in the bathroom pissed. You're stupid, you bald bastard. And she's cussing him out or whatever. At first, he say, I think the liquor is she tripping or whatever, but she kind of and she's like upset. He's like, I just feel like sometimes she doesn't appreciate all that I do for her, like, and how she treats me is real fucked up, okay? And when she called him a bald bastard or whatever she said, he said, you know what? I'm pissed, and then he leaves the house and he's upset. Okay, he was mad. Girl, I'm like, y'all too. I feel like they doing this just for the show. But we shall see what happens this season, okay? Next up, we have Lacey and Shane, okay? Lacey and Shane and Shawn, but we don't see Shawn yet. So they still knocked up triplets. And they're going to a doctor's appointment or whatever. Look, this is them in real life right now. Her lips are huge, okay? And why does he have two black eyes? I am so confused. Why does he have two? Look. He has two black eyes, okay? And I think his nose is crooked. Did John beat you? I think John beat him. John probably beat Shane's ass, and he had to still do I'm like, somebody beat him up, okay? And she looks so plastic. I'm gonna leave that be. Anyway, so that was done right now. I had to show y'all that little bit. So Shane has never even held a baby. He doesn't know anything about babies because he went to jail at 17 or whatever. He's a baby himself and whatnot. So he's like, I'm just so confused. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna afford these 3 new kids? I'm only working at a temp place, and I'm always being sent somewhere different. And every time I'm placed somewhere different, my pay rate changes because the job changes or whatever. So I don't have like a steady, salary that I know what my check will be. It's going to be hard. She then brings up how the house they bought isn't big enough for 6 kids. So you think not? Okay, anyway, so they kind of cash strapped right now. I'm like, Mm-mm. So they go to the doctor, whatever, to see the baby. So, he's oh so happy. So they look at the little thing. They see baby A that's in sac 1, okay? And baby B and baby C is in a separate whole sac. Baby B and baby C were the twins, okay? Anyway, and the doctor looking and looking and looking. And when the doctor then said, I'm going to take my mask down and talk, I said, oh shit. Don't take your mask down and talk to him. Because I'm looking like... And sure enough, she tells them that the 2 babies in sac B didn't make it. And I'm like, damn. This is the thing. Very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. But they told them in the beginning, they would have to wait and see if all 3 babies would grow normally, because sometimes that doesn't happen. So they did at least warn them at that first appointment that it may happen or whatever, even though I don't think that's helped them with this shock. They both was crying, about it, because again, the 2 babies did not make it and everything. But they hug and they kiss, and Shane say, I'm just happy we have at least one. I feel like he was relieved because now he does not have to think about supporting 6 kids. Now it's just 4. But again, they say they're happy to have a whole baby on the way and stuff. And I'm like, but I was like, that's so sad. I wish them the best. Okay, this is a really sad thing. Next up, we have Sarah, Michael, and them. Okay, boom. There goes Sarah. Boom, there goes Michael. Okay. This is Michael. If you get his hair pressed out. Okay, honey, and that is Sarah. Anyway, so he is still in New York. He does not want to leave until I see my kids. They still legally married. I'm like, it's just foolishness and whatnot. So Michael has been rented a bear suit, okay? Because as he say, when he was in prison, he made up a character called Mr. Blue to help his daughter have someone to talk to besides him that she can kind of confide in. So it's like a little cartoony type character. She may be more open to talk to that person versus him. I mean, it was smart. Anyway, he could not find a blue suit. So he got a teddy bear suit, little brown teddy bear suit. He brings up how he's upset that Sarah got this dude around his kids, and he don't know dude or whatnot, and she had a fit thinking about him having any female around her kids when she don't know them. Well, Michael, she's raised some kids. You haven't. You know what I'm saying? Sarah may be a fake ass black person who do too much, but she raised some kids and she has earned the right to say who she don't want around them. You haven't earned that right yet, bruh. Comment on now. Even though I also feel like it's not wrong for him to want to know what guy around his kids, because you should always know who is around you, because you can't trust people these days. So, but anyway, over at Sarah's house, we know Malcolm is there. Where's Malcolm? Malcolm is there. He got that thug in love. Michael sounds like Gangstalicious from Boondocks. You can't tell me he doesn't, okay? Anyways, he might have didn't know he didn't do the voice. The voice was done by Mos Def. Look, he got that thug in love. Stop. I'm giddy. I'm tired. Anyway, so, Malcolm is at the house. You know what I'm saying? He spent the night or whatever. And he said, since the party or whatever, Sarah seemed different, okay? She seems a bit this, she was so emotional over things, whatever. And I feel like Michael is going to come and see the children or whatever, and I just wonder, like, what is his angle? Like, what is he doing around here? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's something he up to. I'm looking like, he probably up to get Sarah, but who knows or whatever. But Malcolm leaves to go get bagels. Sarah at the house with the kids, and then Michael walks in a bear suit, okay? I'm like, Lord Jesus. And Sarah, like, I'm upset that he came. I told him that Michael was staying here for a few days, so I don't know why he showed up. I feel like this. If the man is in town, let him come by and see them children, because who knows the next time he gonna want to see them kids or whatnot. Because we never knew. So when he in there with the children, whatever, and then Malcolm gets back with the coffee and bagels, okay? And I'm like, oh, this is awkward. Mainly because Malcolm and Michael are like looking past each other, looking around each other, and like they both want to say something but don't know what to say. And then when Malcolm do say something, Michael don't say. It was weird. It was awkward ass tension energy that was pointless because I felt like y'all not even really beefing. Like, hey Michael, I'm Malcolm, how you doing? Oh hey, what up, bruh? And then that's it. Like, there's no need for either of them to ignore it. But Michael was being the most childish, petty motherfucker I know. Okay, anyway, Sarah then gets up and walks out the room because the baby crying and whatnot. Okay, so Malcolm and Michael like sit down and talk. I was like, oh, okay. Now Malcolm, like, what I mean, I'm, the new dude or whatever. I'm not here to crush your dreams or whatever. I'm not here to, cross no T's, dot no I's. But I'm just here for Sarah or whatever. And we were supposed to meet at the party. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, why you need a party? And Michael then said, like, I just felt like, that wasn't a time for me to meet you. I feel like we could have met sometime. Other than that, I wanted that party to be strictly about my daughter. I wanted all the energy and the focus to be on her, and I was upset that it became a thing about me and you, and I was pissed, so I left. And they're like, okay, cool. Like, look, I'm not here, to get in your way of being a father. I'm saying, I'm not doing that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do you, bro? Michael petty ass, I'm saying, I think it's dumb for him to think, like I'm saying, for him to think that he had to tell me that he ain't here to stop me. I'm a kid, I'm a daddy to kids or whatever. If anything, he the one that don't fit in. Looking like, Michael, you're stupid. Michael he's childish or whatever. But Malcolm then say, I'm shocked that he sat down there like a grown man, just like a conversation with me, because based on the stuff that Sarah say, I didn't think he would do that. Well, because Sarah likes to put 20 on 10, even though Michael is 15, she gonna still put 20 on 10 and make it 30, and it's still not what he is. But Michael's an asshole. Anyway, Michael in his confessional brings up at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, Sarah dating somebody don't really matter to me or whatever, because she will leave them if I force the issue. And I'm like, the sad part is, he not lying. If Michael said, I want you, I want to be with you, if he gave her any inkling that he wanted her, she would leave Malcolm alone. And she would then say, it's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? My girl, it will always be for the children or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He also brings up how, like, I don't even take anybody she messed with serious because, again, that I am her husband and her crazy baby daddy. So he is aware that he's nuts, and he just makes Sarah, but she deal with the shit. That's what's dumb. It's fucked up that he's telling us I can break them up if I wanted to. And it's true, girl. So then Michael leaves or whatever, and at this point in time, it's just, Sarah and Malcolm. He got that doggy love. Girl, that song gonna be in my head all day. And so they chit-chatting and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And he like, I feel like I'm saying, I came here to be with you because you told me that you and him was done. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's some energy, there's some emotions you have that makes it seem like you not over him, like, at all or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, well, that's my life, you know what I'm saying? We have 2 kids and we're parents to our 2 kids. I need you to trust me. Trust me that, this is 2 different situations, and it's me and you. We one situation, whatever, but a whole separate situation is me and Michael. So I need you to know that I'm gonna keep those 2 things separate. He like, you have too many emotions for me to trust that. You know what I'm saying? Trust comes when I see action. And again, I came here thinking it was over, but some ain't over. I'm saying, I don't know how you can get that emotionally affected by a man you say did you so wrong and you over. You know what I'm saying? And she take it as if I get upset. She's raising her voice in her little black saying, I feel stuff because I am an emotional caring person. I'm like, no. It's one thing to be upset at what something does or something at what someone does. What Sarah do is she gets emotionally invested in Michael and the feelings of Michael, and it just mixes all up like a fucking omelet, and it's just weird or whatever. Anyway, Malcolm then names all the things that Sarah has told him that Michael did to her. You know, he cheated on you. He did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just had a baby a year ago. So what, what would you think for that? Well, what do you want from me, Malcolm? He said, I want you to stop getting so emotional about that. Stop showing him so much emotion. I'm an emotional person. Though I'm like, bitch, look, I cannot. She said, I love Malcolm and I hope that he can, you know what I'm saying, see how I feel or whatever, because I do love him. I'm like, well, stop acting like you love Michael. Anyway, we then have John and Lindsey. Boom. They, because it's the whole affair going on. It's John and Lindsey. Anyway, so she's been out of jail for like 5 or 6 weeks at this point, okay? And they have not been sleeping in the same bed anymore. Now, they have had sex before, but it's this thing's getting real weird now. Mainly because the daughter's there. She want to fuck Tara Bell. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Lindsey is damn Nancy Dribble, okay? Trying to fuck John Redcorn. Anyway, she is going to a photo shoot because she wants to model. So she wants to book a photo shoot to get some a portfolio did to try and book some modeling gigs. You know what I'm saying? Because I modeled in my past. Honey, she said I modeled in my past and they put up this picture. Where is it at? I was like, don't. Girl. Model food, if that is not a drug dealing modeling picture, I don't know what is. And why look at her legs. Oh my God. And the phone has a gun on it. I used to model. Okay, if you say so, girl. I'm gonna leave her alone because she's plumb batshit crazy. Anyway, he then say, oh, so like, where you going? So he don't know nothing about it. So he's asking questions. She's like, well, I need you to take me. And I booked a photographer I used to work with back in the day. Okay. And we should just go. He's like, but do you think this is the right thing to do? Like, with your age? And she was like, yeah. And saying, just drive me there. I can work as an older model because they need. I'm like, I don't think you're gonna be a model. Gonna leave that be like, not that she's not a pretty girl, but she looked like a drug addict. Like, it's something about her that don't say model to me. It's something about her that's still a little bit say possible meth head. It's just weird or whatever. But her thing is, John, whatever his name is, John told her that when she got out of prison that he would allow her to work with his business and that she'll be handling all of their financials. I'm looking like, why would you let the drug dealing felon handle the financials of your business or whatever? But I guess that's why since she's been out, he hasn't let her close his financials or whatever. So again, he takes her to a little photo shoot or whatever. And she's upset because he's like, what if I don't like what's going on? Well, you don't have to like it, just be there or whatever. But when he get there, he like, this seems like some shady shit. Where do you know her from? And the photographer like, oh, from back in the day or whatever. Okay, give her some privacy, let her change clothes. Let's go outside and talk or whatever. And he's trying to ask him, like, what kind of photos did you shoot with her? Because he keeps, we were doing like professional ones. I'm like, is it porn? And John said, is it porn? Because some folks feel like porn pictures is professionals. I'm like, it was probably porn or whatever. She looks like she may have shot some porn shots or whatever. Anyway, Lindsey's not happy with him. I'm talking to dude or whatever, asking questions or whatnot. Now, she takes some pictures or whatever, and I'm like, like, do drug addicts have magazines? Like, they got Hustler, they got Playboy, you know what I'm saying? Is there a drug dealer magazine of ladies who used to do drugs and look like they make possibly do them. And that's what she can do. You know, there's somebody seem like, a fancy drug dealer magazine. You know what I'm saying? Crack meth addicts. I don't know. Anyway, so they get back to the house, and she wants to kind of have Tara Bell be in the house or close to the house because again she wants to bang Tara Bell or whatever. Now Scott admits that he thinks Tara Bell's fine or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no big deal. And she then say, well, hey, since Tara Bell has a camper trailer, whatever, and she bought it or whatnot, but she don't have anywhere to put it. Do you think she could park it in our driveway? And he was like, oh, well, if she's not going to be like, in the way, or she's not going to be like, an issue or whatever, I don't see a problem with it. It's fine or whatever. So now she's happy because Tara Bell will be right outside the house. Now the little girl is leaving the house to go to camp for a couple days or whatnot. So it's just weird. The fact that she's trying to get Tara Bell close in the house, because as she said, I want to slide Tara Bell on in the house. I'm looking like, why are you not focused on your daughter? Like, who does that? Now we see that John, whatever the damn name is, John has finished building out the attic bedroom. I'm like, she's gonna be hot in the summer because the heat rises or whatever. Okay, anyway, so the daughter got a little room or whatever, but she's going away to camp. But again, Lindsey is now focused on getting Tara Bell in the house because I want us to all be together, because again, Tara Bell is my girlfriend. I'm looking like, you so dumb that you don't have a job, you don't have much of nothing, but you had this man who you've been fucking or whatever, who wants to support you and your child, but you was concerned with getting your girlfriend's camper in the parking lot. If stupidity was a person, it would be Lindsey. Anyway, we then see that she, since the little girl gone or whatnot, she wants to have a conversation with Scott. She brings up the whole, you be invading my privacy. You was in my book bag. Found my little quote from the book about the whole person out of prison and then becoming taking the person money or whatever. And you be invading my privacy, whatever. He's like, well, I'm sorry for reading the book or whatever, but that's really it. She then say how he be, when she take if I take a jacket off or pants off, he be in my pockets. I'm like, but you ain't got shit. I wonder if he's wondering if she's doing drugs. So he's in her pocket looking to see if she's doing. It was just weird. I'm like, I don't know. But he like, what I'm saying, it ain't me or whatever. It's fine. It's fun. It's fine. She then brings up how he messaged her ex asking him about her. And so she's saying that, it's something about Scott that I know he on some bullshit. What is it, Scott or girl, whatever the man's name is. Anyway, Nancy and Dale dribble up here fussing about cracking in pockets and Tara Bell. I don't know. We're gonna leave that be. Next up we have Andrea and Lamar. Andrea is both of these people. I couldn't pick who she needed to be, so she's the group, okay? Anyway, because they in LA now, and she's like LA because the little girl is not baptized. I guess she feels like, my child is baptized, so none of my children could possibly get in any kind of trouble or get hurt in LA because they're baptized. I'm like, oh, because nobody else in LA is baptized, whatever. Anyway, she's now working, back in real estate or whatever, but she's also trying to incorporate her African heritage to the youngest little girl or whatnot to, I guess, have that more in the family. I'm like, where does, being a proud African American person from a proud African American family mean being Mormon? They didn't even like black people. It's just weird to me. But as she's trying to instill, things about her family to little girl, she goes and talking to Lamar, who's in the room, listening to, I guess, rap music. I don't know if he's rapping it or if he's producing it or whatever. But as he said, this is how I make my money. I'm like, okay, now Andrea, I need help from you to teach our daughter about our family. And I'm looking like, okay. And he like, well, whatever. So she leave to go to work or whatever. He then pulls out photo albums he had. And he said, I had these photo albums in prison. Can I smell them so I can see what prison smell like? I was like, Who wants to know what prison smells? It smells like desperation, murder, and probably ass rape, which is weird or whatever. So Lamar's then showing her the pictures or whatever. He then starts pointing at tattoos on his body of people who died and was like shot and killed. Yeah, Pookie got shot and killed and he died. And then Two Men got shot and killed and then he died. And then Ray Ray got shot and killed and then he died. And then Lil Juke Joint got shot and then he died. And on my back pulls the shirt off and it's like tombstones with like, I'm like, he's like got all the, I'm like, why is all the dead folk on your back? Oh. Look, people, you should not be out here getting all your dead homies' names tattooed on you. Don't put death on your body. Don't do that. It's crazy. I get it if a parent passed away or that, but you can't get all your dead homies. Okay, he had like 8 girl. Look, he had 4 tombstones on his back. The fuck. Anyway, as they talking, she see a photo album, whatever. What's the black one, Dad? He said, can you keep a secret? She's like, yeah, I pink, like a little pinky promise or whatever. He then brings up his daughter, who he had when he was 16, who's her sister. The fact that they told a little girl Lamar is her birth daddy, but did not tell her that she has another sister, to me is crazy. And Lamar brings up how, because Andrea is fucking nuts. Okay, she's 2 people in one. She does not like for him to kind of even associate with his family, including his daughter. You don't want your husband to associate with his daughter, who he had already missed out on life because he was in prison. That's the dumbest shit ever. And I think it's because she don't want him around the mama. It's weird. Is dumb. Andrea is dumb. She's a horrible person. Anyone who wants to further perpetuate men being in prison, not being good fathers to their children when they get out, you are dumb. I cannot believe it. Now, we don't know if he's lying and he just blaming her and it's really him that's trying to be involved. I don't know, but the 3 years ago, on the first season that was on, when he went to see the daughter after getting out of prison, she was mad. Like, she was absolutely upset because the girl's mama came to the thing. So I can imagine he not really fully lying. But I feel like you ain't shit if you don't want that man in his daughter's life. But you want him to help you raise your fucking kids, okay? The fuck? You don't want to accept his older daughter, but he had to accept your older children? The fuck, girl? I was like, not today. None of my goddamn girl. And he then called the daughter because, Priscilla wants to meet her sister because she's like, I got a sister, and she's happy that, she has more family or whatever. And so he said, I'll take you to meet her, but you can't tell your mama. Excuse me, you can't let your mama know because she'll get pissed. I'm like, whatever. He then calls the daughter, okay, who is like, okay, hey, whatever. Him and the daughter, have still have a strange bond or whatever. But they're supposed to meet up. And then she's upset because he then say, I'm going to bring Priscilla so you can meet your sister. He's like, well, I thought it would be just me and you. He's like, well, yeah, but like I told her about you and like she wants to meet you. Like, you don't want to meet your sister? And she's like, I feel like I'm not a priority to you. Was always about, whatever they got going on. I feel like she felt like you don't want to spend time with me, but you want me to meet the daughter you have with that lady. You know what I'm saying? It's about that. It's a big deal for me to meet her versus you to spend time with me, and I ain't seen you ass in 2 years. And Lamar, like, it's so much pressure on my shoulders, and I have to do this and that. I have to try to be, do my parole the correct way. I have to be a good husband, a good father, and I'm trying my best to, get a better bond with you, but I'm trying to, make so many people happy. I'm just being put in all these different directions or whatever. And I do think it's a lot on her shoulders, but I think it's because of your wife. Leave that bitch immediately or whatever. And he's like, so you gonna still come out? She's like, I don't know. I'll let you know if I'm gonna come or not. I mean, I probably wouldn't, because that's just me. And then lastly, people, we have Chevelle and Quaylin. Girl, these two Crazy people all up and through. Okay, this is Quaitland now, though. I mean, you can definitely tell that he out of prison. Okay, it's a hardness to him that you only get in these streets. I'm like, boy, what happened to you? And not that I think he's any less attractive because he's darker, but it looked like his lips are darker, so he smokes. So that's something or whatever. And I feel like he got more tattoos somewhere. I don't know. I mean, he's my baby doll. I still love him. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so we see the episode starts off. We see the thing starts off. Chevelle's in the house and she's pissed and she's tossing clothes out the window. I'm so upset, girl. You know what I'm saying? He up there. I can't believe that. She said that they live together now. He been out of jail a little while or whatever, and she's pissed. She then kick her. She's walking out the house, kick her shoes off, and she then sits down on the ground. Okay, it's the picture in the beginning was her crazy ass. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? And she just sitting up there pissed. Okay, she brings up how, he been out of prison for a while and he been acting funny recently. She then brings up how she went through his phone or whatever and she seen messages while he was asleep or whatever that he was talking to some girl. And the text said like, oh, hey, daddy, I'm seeing I can't wait to get some more daddy's dick or whatever. And so he's like he's like having a conversation with someone. And so she's pissed, okay? Now in her confessional, she's talking to producers and she calls the girl who sent the text. I'm looking like, oh shit, or whatever. So first the girl says she don't know him. But when Chevelle asked, like, were you talking to him when he was in prison? Did you put money on his books? The girl said, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I'm like, oh, here we go. And so at this point in time, Chevelle is yelling and cussing and fussing. You dumb bitch, he lying to you or whatever. You so dumb, you stupid hoe. Get off my line, bitch. And she hangs. I'm like, girl, it was too much energy for the person who does not owe you anything. At the end of the day, Quaitland is who you should have an issue with because he's the one who's cheating. That lady on that phone don't have no kind of loyalty to you. Now, should she not want to fuck somebody who got a man or a woman? She should not. But who know what she know? I feel like Quaitland got on this show and got some attention. And them hoes came at him. And again, I think that was Chevelle's whole issue in the beginning. If he get out in these streets and see these other women or whatever, and he then be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's other cooch out here besides Chevelle cooch. I can get all the cooch. And he out here getting what? Other cooch and whatnot. Okay? So she's pissed. And then we see, after they hang up, we then see he calls her. Oh, this Quaitland calling. She's like, hello? He like, yeah, what's up? And she was like, really, Quaitland? Really? He like, what? I talked to your hoes, okay? You been cheating on me. I seen all the messages or whatever you saying. They all told me they been fucking with you. You ain't shit, Quaitland. He like, look, I can explain that. I'm like, how can you explain that? Like, explain what? Whatever. He then's like, you can't listen to me. I'm saying, I'm not about to sit here and listen to these assumptions. Okay, I ain't got time for that. I'll see when I get home. And then they hang up. So her thing is, I know for a fact that he shouldn't, because it wasn't just the one text. She must have gotten to his phone and was looking at texts and his and the IG messages and Facebook messages, because she all in it or whatever. She like, he had thousands of messages in his messenger from women telling them that he's single. I'm looking like, Now they're at the house. What a picture at? I'm trying not to. So they're at the house fussing, okay, on the balcony fussing and whatnot. Quaitland, you ain't shit. You been cheating on me for the whole time, and you ain't shit this and you ain't shit that. I can't believe you. Who I had you with clothes and shoes and all kind of shit, fresh out of prison. Who got that? Okay, you had all that. I was loyal. Girl, she's going off, and the whole time look at him. That was him the whole argument or whatever. And he's still making it seem as if I didn't do shit. I don't know what you're talking about. I did not do anything or whatever. You tripping. I'm looking like, first of all, I'm not arguing with no man outside in public, nor am I going to sit there and argue with myself. At this point, she's arguing with herself. So he like, look, I didn't cheat. And saying, but there was a lot of girls who messaged me on social media, but I ain't cheat. I'm like, I don't believe you, Quayla. It is what it is. Anyway, he then said, well, I can leave. Well, leave then. He then leaves with a pink dog carrying thing. I'm like, what? Who got a dog or whatever? And then when they were fussing, he had the braids with gold highlights. She had burgundy braids. So they walked downstairs or whatever. And then the next scene, he got black braids. She got black hair. I'm looking like, did y'all reenact this? And I'm like, who cut that together? Like, it don't match. How did her braids change color and style from the time she walked from upstairs to downstairs? And who the fuck changed? Girl, they edited that shit so badly or whatever. But he said, like, look, you know what I'm saying? She on some bullshit or whatever. I need some time to myself because she always think I'm cheating. I feel like it could be that it was different scenes of her finding out he cheated and they just cut it all together. Because I'm like, at one point when she talked close at the house, she was in a house. The argument happened at a apartment. So I'm looking like, girl, I don't. It was messy. It was messy all over the place. But again, he said he needs some space and she do too. This season's gonna be messy, and I'm here for it or whatever. So, girl, I'm 42 minutes. If you watch this long, put what my shirt say in the comment section. Put what my shirt say, and whatever time you watch this, that's how I know that you're a real JayBird and watch the whole goddamn thing. Anyway, peace.